Now, Sports Talk with Broads. Here's Hunter Brody.
What is going on, everyone? I thought the Flyers battled hard with the Washington Capitals. I thought they put out a great effort. They came up a tad short. They lost in the shootout. Let's be real. After winning a shootout in Toronto and winning a shootout in Boston, we still are the Philadelphia Flyers. There's no way they were going to win 3 shootouts in a row. So they fall 2-1. They still snag a point. I thought it was impressive the way the Flyers battled all night long. Before we dive more into this game, do not forget about the promo code BROADS that can save you $20 when you are purchasing tickets from SeatGeek. It's a no-brainer. Get yourself to a game, save some money. Promo code BROADS. Use it today. The Washington Capitals are putting on this insane run. They really are. They are continuing to win games and get 2 points here, 2 points there. It's unbelievable. They are a deep team, a veteran team. For the Flyers to get pumped the way they got pumped in period 1 and find a way to battle and grind and work hard and come back and to stay positive. Like, they were getting destroyed in that first period. They couldn't get the puck out of the zone. The Caps were pumping shots on net, getting to every loose puck, winning every puck battle in the corner. Any puck battle that was happening ever in the Flyers' defensive zone, the Caps won the battle. The first period was tough. They jumped all over the Flyers. It's just that simple. They scored a goal, too, because someone was left wide open net front. They find a way to get a shot through. The puck's just sitting there right in front of Carter Hart. 1-0 lead. And it was shocking that the lead was only 1 after the first period. When I'm telling you, the Flyers could not break the puck out smoothly, get zone entry on the other side, move the puck in the neutral zone. There was nothing, flat out nothing in that first period. Players like Joel Farabee experiencing, wow, this is what top dogs are like in this league. Not that Toronto and the Boston Bruins aren't elite teams, but the Caps were on full throttle and at the top of their game, rolling 4 lines. I'm telling you, whenever the puck was there and not on someone's stick, the Caps were right on it, making plays, cycling the puck. It was remarkable from a Flyers fan perspective. Carter Hart had to do everything he possibly could to stay in it in that first period, and as a whole, as we get deeper into the game, his name will definitely come up more. I promise you that. Second period, the ice started to shift. The Flyers had more opportunities. They had power play time. I wasn't thrilled with their power play time. There were a couple opportunities of moving the puck around. I know Travis Konechny had a few shots on net, but I didn't love their power play in that second period. But you could see the ice starting to shift. The Caps were not as strong. It seemed like they took the foot off the gas pedal. The Flyers were at least able to create zone entries, and they were able to get in the zone and move the puck side to side and just get some shots on Holtby that was promising. As no one scored in the second. The third. The last power play for the Flyers. A beautiful play by Jake Voracek, of all people, who dishes it over to Claude Giroux, who buries it. 1-1. Jake Voracek has been underwhelming. I'm curious, and I'm just wondering if playing with Claude Giroux can help spark him, because they have chemistry, because they have played together. Now, that will affect Joel Farabee, which I don't want to do that. But I think for Jake Voracek's confidence, it's not clicking right now on that third line with Kevin Hayes and Twarynski. I feel like he can thrive and get more points. Thrive might be a tough word to say, but I think he can do better than what he's doing if he played with Claude Giroux, because him and Claude at least have some sort of connection. You saw that on that power play, and it's 1-1. I'm not saying it's a definite move, but I'm just trying to think, how can we get Jake Voracek going more? Because I feel like he has it in him. And I know for a fact, Alain Vigneault has called him out because he hasn't been so satisfied with Jake's effort as a whole. Effort. I'm not talking skill, just his effort and his work ethic. It seems like Alain Vigneault is on Voracek more than other players, and he's your veteran guy. You shouldn't have to be on him like that. But he's just one of those players. Third period, that was when the Flyers tied it up, and late in the third, I'm telling you, Carter Hart was spectacular. He was fantastic. Tom Wilson had an opportunity in the slot, cut in the middle. Man, he was just making saves left and right. Grade A scoring opportunities for the Caps. High scoring chances in the slot, off to the side, right around the blue paint. He was incredible. Carter Hart was putting on a display that was mesmerizing, in my opinion. It goes to overtime. Another game where the Flyers go to overtime, but all because of Carter Hart's heroics late third period. You take a point any day of the week against the Caps to continue this point streak for the Flyers. Grab as many as you can and put them in a row and make it a point streak, consistent points. You'll put yourself in a great position to make the playoffs. After regulation was over, you realized, wow, the Flyers' penalty kill kept that offense off the board. That is so hard to do. They have lethal weapons on that power play. To keep those studs off the score sheet on the power play, it's really solid. And that's a difference maker for this Flyers team. Their special teams have been horrendous. You finally see success on the PK and more on the power play. They were 25% on the peeper. They scored 1 in 4 chances. Any day of the week, you'll take that. 25%. But I'm really impressed with that penalty kill. Studs. I'm telling you, the Caps have these weapons. TJ Oshie, Ovechkin, John Carlson, Kutznetsov. Seriously? And speaking of John Carlson, of course he finds the score sheet again. This defenseman is tearing up the NHL this year. He is getting points every single game. He gets an assist in this hockey game. I'm lost for words. I mean, I was a stay-at-home defenseman in my prime, so I just chip pucks off the glass, okay, and I make an outlet pass, and I'm looking for a change. So to watch a defenseman at the National Hockey League level scoring insane amount of points, whoa. And speaking of stay-at-home defensemen, why the hell did Radko Gudas get this video? All right, I'm sorry. He doesn't deserve a video. I know it's good for an organization to show support to someone who's been in their organization in the past. Radko Gudas? Wayne Simmons makes sense. Players like Wayne Simmons make sense. Radko Gudas stunk. He was a nobody here in Philadelphia. He might have spent a few seasons here, but he wasn't this guy who had an emotional tie. I know the organization wants to look all good and satisfy Radko Gudas and just look like a professional organization thanking someone for spending time in the city. Stop it. Radko Gudas was a bad defenseman who we couldn't stand. That's like thanking Andy McDonald for everything he did here. Get out of here. No way. Just no way. The overtime. Let's get back to the game here. The overtime. Flyers dominated the puck. The possession, and this is me just spitballing off the top of my head here, was probably 94% Flyers. Ovechkin had a 3-minute shift because the Flyers kept cycling the puck, rotating, coming out to the neutral zone, going back in. The Caps couldn't change. The Flyers changed lines 3 times. Sean Couturier with a wide-open shot in the slot. He winds up for a clap bomb. He hits the pipe. Later in the overtime, he drove the net hard on Holtby. The puck actually goes through Holtby's 5-hole and goes through the blue paint through the other side. In the middle of those 2 opportunities, you have Ovechkin on a breakaway when he was super tired. Claude Giroux, your captain, back-checking to break it up without taking a penalty. The overtime period was nuts. That was really the only good chance for the Caps. The rest of the time, the Flyers were pumping in their zone and holding onto the puck and creating opportunities in the offensive zone. The Flyers had a chance. They really did. But it went to a shootout, and I just had a bad feeling considering, like I stated earlier, they've won 2 shootouts in a row. At some point, you're destined for a loss. Voracek goes down first. He actually had Holtby beat, and he misses on his backhand. It's like the puck almost rolled up on him. He made a nice move, just couldn't bury it. Oshie comes down, and we know what he did in Sochi, okay? But whoa, did he come down and make a beautiful move, 5-hole, just beat Carter Hart. Carter had no business being involved in that one. TJ Oshie just comes down. But here's the thing, he's got such silky mittens. For him to just come down and quick snap at 5-hole, you're expecting some dance moves there with the mittens. It's tough for Carter Hart to make that save. Then Giroux. Claude Giroux comes down with this come down, stop real hard, and rip it twine on Holtby. Completely sniped him, tied it up 1-1. I was thinking, oh, here we go, let's go. But Kutznetsov comes down, hits the pipe, it goes in on Carter Hart, and Kutzy missed to tie it up to keep the shootout going. The Flyers were this close. They were so close. They were really, 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 really close to coming out and beating the Capitals after getting destroyed for the first 20 minutes. It's a good effort out of the Flyers. You're not going to win them all. This is a really good team that's playing at an all-time high right now. I am satisfied with a point. I really am. I know that sounds silly. You should never be satisfied when your team wins. In an 82-game season, when the team has put together solid victories on the road and you grab another point at home against a top team in this league, it's okay. Ottawa's on Friday. There's a chance to get 2 points and just continue to gather points. The team is inspired. The team is playing well. They believe in everyone. Their work ethic is there. They're playing inspired hockey. That's something this city has lacked for years under Dave Hackstall. Now, something that is noticed by me. Provorov logging in 25 minutes. I mean, come on. This kid is so early into his career. Logging in 25 minutes a night? Wow. And to think he was awful last season. Awful might be an understatement. He was almost unplayable at times, leaving guys wide open. The whole team was. I'm not specifically saying just Ivan Provorov, but he's back to playing solid hockey. For real. This team is young. I know they have veteran players, and that's why they picked up Matt Niskanen, who also had a chance to win the hockey game as well earlier in the overtime. I know they picked up Justin Braun, and they have Claude Voracek and JVR. I know they have veteran players, but the team and the promise of this team relies on the young guys. Guys like Oscar Lindblom, Konechny, Farabee, Twerinski you could throw in there. He's been playing consistent games in a row. They need to experience something like this. They do. They need to experience a Capitals team going all out, throwing 4 lines at you, winning every puck battle. They need to experience what that's like. Because you could play in the American Hockey League in the minors and get the best team on a Friday night. And guess what? It doesn't even compare. It doesn't even come close to the same style of play and the skill level of the athletes out there on the Washington Capitals. It just doesn't. So it's a learning experience for some of these young guns that are going to be the future of this team. The young guns are the ones, realistically, keeping the Flyers in this. I almost said the Sixers. See, tonight was a Sixers-Flyers bang-bang double action. So the Sixers are on my mind. They devastated me against Orlando. But the Flyers, I'm definitely not devastated. You lose in a shootout. They are involved in the hockey games. They're competing. They're battling. They're working hard. They're consistently going to overtime. I mean, that means they're involved in these hockey games. They care. Their system is working. They're scoring goals. They're having great goaltending from both goalies. But I feel like I didn't talk about Carter Hart enough. Stood on his head. Was electric. The Wells Fargo Center was actually loud at points in this game because they were satisfied with the style of play, because the team gave them this rush of energy. And it was thrilling. I haven't seen the Wells Fargo or heard the Wells Fargo with that much energy because of a rush in years. And I'm talking just a 3-on-2. That's how excited they were because it's meaningful. It's nice to have back. It really is. And I'm interested to see how they bounce back. And I wouldn't even say bounce back because there's nothing to bounce back from. They put out a good effort. But I'm interested to see if they can snag 2 points on the road in Ottawa. They can't overlook Ottawa. They're not a great team whatsoever, but you can't overlook them. Go out there, earn it. Let me know what you think. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you next time.